Hello, my name is Damian Graham. I work for the City of Raleigh, and I'm standing in Nash Square with our Mayor, Mary Ann Baldwin. Mayor, thank you once again for joining us today. Today is a significant day in the history of Raleigh. Why is that?
We had our first virtual meeting.
And so what does that mean, a virtual meeting?
We were on WebEx, and we had all the council there, staff. We had people call in. This evening we'll have people call in for public hearings. We're all spread out throughout the city. Some of us are in the office, but we're all socially distanced. And yeah, virtual, it's the new thing.
It is a new thing, but there's been a lot of closings and postponements all over the place. So why was it important to go ahead and have a meeting today?
So we wanted to ensure that the city continues to do business in a very thoughtful and sensitive way. There are things that people are depending on us for. For instance, one of the things we did today was establish 2 grant programs for nonprofits. We're going to be working with them to ensure that some of our most vulnerable population, people living in hotels, are not evicted. And so that's the kind of business that we needed to conduct. And so it's that, but it's also showing our residents that city government is still working for them and we're still on it.
And so what did y'all talk about? Frankly, for those who weren't able to see it, let me share this. So we broadcast this on our website. You could tune in that way. You could also see it on our government channel 11 as well. But in case someone didn't catch it, what did y'all talk about?
Well, first off, we actually had some great news today in the midst of this pandemic. Bandwidth announced an expansion of its campus here in Raleigh. They're staying, so that's great news. 1,100 jobs, a new campus, a huge investment, and I just couldn't be more grateful to David Morkin and his team for recognizing that Raleigh is home and that they wanted to stay here. A great company, very philanthropic, major innovators, kind of brand that we want to continue to attract in Raleigh. So that was great news. So that was the good news part. We also talked about the updates on COVID virus and what the city has done and will continue to do. We're working with the county and the state, and they are the leaders on this. They address public health issues, but we have been very aggressive in ensuring social distancing and working with our partners on that effort. The second thing, we had got an update from small business, what our Economic Development Office is doing and how they're working with our small business community. We have over 33,000 small businesses in Raleigh. Some of them have been badly hurt by the closings. Okay, so what can we do? How can we facilitate work with these SBA and others to get them the funding they need? A lot of focus in that area. We also heard from the Chamber of Commerce and the work that they're doing in their Economic Development Office. So it was a huge update. As I mentioned, we established 2 grants for Passage Home and Triangle Family Services for them to work with people living in hotels, helping to ensure that they are not evicted from those hotels. We were helped in that regard by the governor's office and the attorney general last week, who announced that hotels and motels who have people living there are not allowed to evict those people. That eviction stays in place until June 1st. But when that does come down, there's going to be people in need. So we are preparing for that. We also adjusted water rates. Our Tier 3 rates, what's happening, we have 1 tier, 2 tier, 3. The third is the most expensive. What's happening is, as families are at home, guess what? They're washing their hands, they're using more water. Well, a lot of these families would be bumped up into Tier 3 rates, which are our most expensive. We don't want to hurt anybody. We understand this is a sensitive time, so we are adjusting those rates so people aren't going into Tier 3, so they won't be paying more on their water bills. And then Councilor Nicole Stewart also announced, she's been leading this effort, the City Council is doing a fundraiser for 3 nonprofits. Oak City Cares is one, the Interfaith Food Shuttle is the other, and the North Carolina Restaurant Relief Fund. We're putting in money and then helping to raise money, and more details of that will be forthcoming, but really appreciate everybody working together and the compassion that everybody is showing for those in need.
So clearly a lot of great work is still going on. Anything you want, any last points you want to share with the community?
Well, you know, tonight we're having public hearings. That will be a little more challenging. We also will have public comment, but the fact is, you know, we have to keep the city moving forward. We're trying to do it, as I said, in a sensitive way. We're not holding any controversial public hearings. That will be coming up, but we also can't be sitting here for 3 months. We could be doing virtual meetings through June. We don't know. We don't know what the future holds. So we're moving forward. And you know, one other thing we announced today, which I think is really important, is that we are going to move forward on a housing bond. We are going to need that more than ever when this pandemic is done, but we are not going to move forward on a parks bond. Our Parks and Greenway Commission did great work, great studies. We had over 650 people who participated, but we feel that we need to take a step back right now and look at that for next year.
So for any of those who want us to go back and watch the replay, if you will, on our website, raleighnc.gov, please go there. Also, round 2 is tonight, the public hearing portion at 7 o'clock. Again, that's going to be found on raleighnc.gov or on our cable channel 11. Mayor, we so appreciate your time, and thank you.
Thank you. I just want to remind everybody, be kind and stay at home.